Alright, robot. Today's project is I'm going to clean out this engine bay in the same manner as Chris Fix, who actually does a much better job at this than I do. The story on this thing is that it's kind of scuzzed out, but not terrible. It's got some potential, as we like to say around this place. And that's the story. The gear for the day. I've got this assortment of brushes. I've got some wipes. I've got the obligatory microfiber cloth. I'm going to use this wheel and tire cleaner on the rubber parts on the inside of this. You've got the vacuum cleaner and the all-important garden hose. Chris Fix is a lot more organized than I am, is all I can say. He has reached the point in his life where he can do all this stuff. He's got house and resources, and I would say that if you don't have the resources to do this stuff, you should focus on that rather than cleaning out your engine bay. This thing's got some promise. We'll see what happens. First thing on this is let's do some assessment. The battery on this thing is new. The serpentine belt on this thing is pretty new. Alternator and all this stuff is probably the original. All of this stuff, there's a little bit of scale on here. That is saltwater scale. This thing spent some time down in Florida. Other than that, looks like we're in good shape. When I found out how much manifold we had, I bought some of these wire brushes here so that we can shine them up and make this thing look good. The general method here is try not to let anything get wet that is electronic, such as those spark plug wires, such as this fuse box. We're going to take the battery out in a minute. We're going to cover up that alternator. That's the air conditioner, compressor, or power steering. I don't know which. Air conditioner, I think. It's going to get wet. I don't care. And these connectors here, we can't let them get wet. So we're going to ultimately cover this whole mess with a garbage bag. First step will be to do the hood and the metal around the outsides. The first step is we're going to do all of this stuff dry rather than wet. Then we're going to use our hose and our soapy water to finish it up. So that's the plan. Next is this air intake. Looks like I need a big flat-headed screwdriver for the connectors here and up here. And there's some hoses. One's about shot. That one isn't anything important. That's my PCV. Put that on our list. That's not good. You busted that connector off. I'll be back in a minute. There's the solution. Depress that tab down, don't pry it. I think it'll go back together. Condition of the air filter. Check that in a minute. I'm not optimistic. It's got a bunch of leaves in it. Air filter itself, no bueno. It's kind of scuzzed out. It's cracked. This part here isn't terrible. Looks like it's a one-way and goes in here and out there. We'll replace that at some point. That's item number 3 on our list. Yeah, just in case you don't know what this stuff is, that's the fuse box. That's the alternator. And that's the spark plug place distributor. It's best to cover those up, but I'm going to throw one garbage bag over the whole thing just to make sure that none of this stuff up here gets all that wet. It's okay for it to get a drop or two on it, but you don't want it to have high air pressure blasting into it in any kind of way. It looks pretty tidy. Now we're going to soak this down with soapy water, starting from the top. Alright, now the hose. Let's brush our suds down with our super brush here. Time for more soap. By the way, let me know in the comments the point at which you would say, that old car's clean enough, stop here, you don't need to work too hard at it. I'm going to keep going and see how nice I can get it. Got these wheel brushes intended for use on these wheels. That'll work up in there. And I'm going to use this here wheel and tire cleaner, thinking that all there is in there is rubber and aluminum. It's got to be the same thing. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I'm also going to clean it with these things. Start in this corner and work around as Chris Fix would tell me to do. Let's see what happens. Ooh. It's my first impediment. I can't undo this thing.